Hello. Who's that? Life spirits or lifting spirits? I'm sorry, I can't even read today. Hello, how are you? You doing okay today? Hey, Key. Hope you're doing well today. I don't. The name isn't ringing a bell. I don't. Obviously, you've been in here before, right? Yeah, because you got number one. So you've been here before. What you been up to today? What you got going on? I just hopped on because I had a few minutes. Just got in. It's hot as crap outside. So I was like, let me hop on for a few minutes before I go relax. Got some things I want to start working on. Hello, Awakened. How are you, love? Y'all, as soon as I hopped on, the sun went in. That's crazy. I mean, it didn't go in, but it shifted. Let's see if I can get some more light. No, I'm not. I'm not with them anymore. I actually still have that phone and I actually need to call them and get it unlocked because I want to use it. Hey, Newly. As y'all come in, tell me where you from. Hey, pretty, where you from, babe? I want to know where y'all from. If you can't comment where you're from, commenting from, or where you coming in from. Some of y'all ain't commenting. Y'all being shy. You don't have to be shy around me. You can talk to me. Popping in and popping back out. Hey, golf head. Hey, Debbie. Oh, okay. Yeah, shortly after that, maybe a few months after that, I ended up uh conjoining my businesses together. But neither one of them are open now. I actually closed them down last February. Not this past February, but the February before. So I don't have either business now. Hey, CM. Yeah, I know. I know. It was bittersweet, honestly. But both were successful businesses, so I'm not even, I'm not too down about it. It was time for a change anyway, to be honest. So are you still with them? I'm reading the AI summaries. They be so funny. Hey B, how are you? Oh, okay, good. That's good. Yeah, I do need to call them though because they allow me to keep the equipment in hopes that I was going to reopen, but I decided I wouldn't reopen. So I actually need to turn all of that in. How do I even go about that? I'll have to call. I'm not going to put you to work. You're probably off right now, so I ain't going to ask you on here, but I will Google or call the number and ask. Hello. Y'all ain't got no music or nothing going. I literally just got in and I was just plopped down. I was like, let me go live for a few minutes. And then I haven't turned anything on, not even the TV. Oh yeah, I will. Absolutely. Absolutely. They used to have a local place, but I'm not sure. I think they closed it down, so I'm not sure how I have to go about doing that. But I'll figure it out. That's amazing that you even remembered me. That's amazing. Cause that's been what, about 2 years ago. Take it to the store. Yeah, I don't know if we still have a local store. And if it's still the one that I went to before, they yeah, no. I rather mail it in than to deal with them. If it's the same people. Yeah, I today I just we just got in from the library. I took the kids to the library for a little while and let them get a couple of books and things. So and we went out and just had a little you know, little girls' day out today. And they enjoyed that. One thing we didn't do that we should have was went and got some ice cream. Yeah, some ice cream would have been good. Which baby girl did mention uh some type of refresher drink at Dunkin' or something. I don't know. I'm not even a Dunkin' girl, honestly. I really never got into Dunkin'. I tried though. I did try. I tried. But I'm gonna tell you what deterred me from Dunkin', especially the one here in my town. Um, the daggone drive-through. The drive-through literally, like, there was one way in and one way out. And okay, that's probably why she asked, because she be on them little YouTube videos and they probably be talking about the refreshers. But yeah, if they popular, I guarantee that's why she wanted to go get one. We might do that tomorrow though. But their drive-through, Dunkin' drive-through in my town that's crazy. They don't even make no sense to have a drive-through like that. One way in and one way out. And then so if it's backed up, it's the traffic is backed up into the street. So it's a headache. So I don't even like going to Dunkin' like that. But I did try. I will say that they had a breakfast croissant. It had like honey bacon or something on it. That was good. I did like that. I like that. And they're not as friendly there either. They're not as friendly as Starbucks. Starbucks, for the most part, they are pretty friendly, which I don't go there anymore either. I was going there using it as my office for a little bit, but yeah, since I'm back in my own office, I don't need to really go to Starbucks. Hello, Forevermore. Who else in here? Liam, is that your name? Liam, I like that name. I always said if I had another little boy, I was going to name him Liam, but I didn't. I didn't have any more boys, and don't plan on having any either. Let's see. Hello, everybody that's just trickling in, popping in and popping out. I'm going to speak to you anyway, because that's who I am. Hey, Mimi, Kim, I'm going to call you. I'm going to call your name. As soon as you pop in and pop back out, I'm still going to speak. Oh. You know what? Speaking of refresher, I really could use one right now, honestly. I don't even know what it is, but it just sounds very refreshing. After coming in from that heat, oh my God, yeah, I should have grabbed something like that before I came home. But I'm getting ready to go do some research. I'm getting ready to go get comfortable, relax, and start doing a little bit of research. I want to write a book. So I'm going to research how to write a book. If anybody in here knows how to write a book, I'd be more than happy to take your advice. Like I'm guessing I should probably start brainstorming, like just, I mean, remember, I'm just thinking back from when I was in school. I think they had us brainstorm a rough draft. Like after you finish brainstorming, I guess I would start by chapters. Start with the intro, then chapters, and then do it like that. And then go back and after I get a rough draft, go back and have it proofread and all that. You too. You too. You have a good night too. It was nice talking to you again. Yeah, so I think I'm going to finally write a book. I've been talking about writing a book for years, like a really long time. So I think I'm going to, not think, I'm going to go ahead and start writing that book. And I'm just going to start with a rough draft, but I am going to go do some research. Because actually the lady at the library, I don't know where I put it. She put me on some site called Reedy, I think. Reedy something. Reedy, I believe it was. I've got it written down somewhere. in I probably left it in the car. And go get it. But yes. With my journey, my life, baby, I should have wrote that book a long time ago. As a matter of fact, it might be a series. I might have to do like 3 books. Like a book about the first part of my life. And then like a book. I have a brother. I'm going to have to tell y'all that story one day. Regardless if I put it in a book or not, but about my brother that I met, 3 years ago? That's a whole book in itself. That's a book in itself. Like that book will blow y'all mind for real, because me and him played together as kids and everything, and we did not know we were brother and sister. He was best friends with my cousin, which is our cousin, but they didn't know, obviously they didn't know they were related. And people used to always ask them, are you guys brothers? And they were like, no, we're just friends, And come to find out, obviously 3 years ago, they first cousins, as a matter of fact, first cousins. So they all their life they got, are y'all brothers? Are y'all brothers? Or related? And they would, every time they would say no. I even ran into my brother in 2020 at a gas station. And I was at the gas pump and I saw him getting out of a car that was parked just in a regular parking spot. He was going inside the store. And I looked and I was like, that dude looked like he could be my brother. Now keep in mind, I didn't know I had a brother. I just never met him. My mom told me I had a brother, an older brother. So I never met him, obviously. And then my stepmother, my dad's wife, when my dad passed away, no, I'm sorry. She told me that before. She told me about my brother before my dad passed away. Years before, like years ago, like 20 some years ago, she told me. And dad passed away in 2020. So around 2020, I want to say it was just before dad passed. I saw my brother at the gas station. When he came out of the gas station, I'm the type of person, I'll talk to anybody. Like I'll just go up to you if if you look friendly enough. I literally will just go up to you and talk to you. So I was like, I'm gonna go talk to him. I'm gonna go see who, ask him who his daddy is. And I did. I obviously I did it tactfully, and I just said, "Hey, excuse me, I want to say I said something like, if you don't mind me asking, what's your dad? Is your dad name? And I told him my dad's name, and he said, no, that's not my dad. I was like, oh, okay, and that was it. And I was like, sorry, I didn't mean to bother you or anything, but you look really familiar, and I was just curious, but it bothered me, and it stuck with me up until 3 years ago. And so when we met 3 years ago, I asked him, I said, do you remember me coming up to you at the gas station a couple years ago and asking you who your dad was? At first he didn't remember, but then as time, maybe, I don't know, a few days go by, he said, yeah, I think I do remember. I vaguely remember you coming up to me at the gas station, and he told me, we talked more, but I won't even go into all of that. But yeah, so let me tell you how it came about though. I took a DNA test years prior, and obviously in hopes to find him. Well, his stepfather, actually the guy that raised him, bought all of the children DNA tests for Christmas, for Christmas 2022, I believe. But my brother didn't take his test until obviously in 2023. It was like May, I think, when he finally got around to doing it and sending it off and all of that. Well, when he did that, that's when my fault. That's when he popped up on our DNA or whatever, and my aunt actually called me. So anyway, I researched his name. Y'all know how we do. I went straight to Facebook. Who don't have Facebook? So I went right on into Facebook, and like I want to say three guys with that name popped up, because the name, okay, so his name could be for a male or a female. So that's what we were like, me and my aunt was like, I don't know, but on her thing, it said nephew. So I was like, auntie, if it's a nephew, it's a dude. So let me just, so obviously, so when I put the name in, dudes showed up. So I obviously went and saw which city or state each one was in. There was only one that was in my city and state. And when I pulled his picture up, I knew that was my brother. I knew it, like, without a doubt. I didn't need no DNA. I didn't need that the first time when I ran into him at the gas station. I didn't. I sure didn't. So I told my auntie, I said, auntie, I said, that is your nephew. I said, that's your nephew. I said, that is my daddy's child. He looks just like my daddy. He looks just like daddy. And I reached out to him, but his profile had showed that he hadn't been on for a long time. So obviously I went to his friends list to see who all I knew on there, because it said we had a few people in common. So I found a couple of my cousins on my mom's side, and I messaged them. I said, hey, do you know such and such? And they were like, yeah, he's a good guy. Him and his wife, they're really good people. And, da-da-da-da. And I was like, okay, all right. I said, well, I think he's my brother. I'm going to reach out to him. I just wanted to get a little bit of, information before I actually reached out. Y'all know how we do. We want to make sure we ain't biting off more than we can chew. And that's what it was. I'm just being 100. Like, okay, let me find out. Let me hit up some of these cousins that I know that I trust to get a little insight on who this person is. So yeah, when two of my cousins said that, I was like, all right, bet. I was like, I definitely, which I wanted to meet him anyway. Don't get me wrong, but I just wanted to know what I was getting myself into. So I messaged his wife. This was on a Saturday, and she finally messaged me back on Sunday. They were in church. I think they had just gotten to church or whatever. So she called me. Well, I think I left a number for her to call me, and she did. And I asked her, I said, hey, by chance, did your husband just recently take a DNA test? And she said, yes, he did. And I said, okay. I said, well, I believe we are siblings. I think he's my brother. And she said, oh my God, and she gave me his number, and I texted him. And so I didn't know he was in church at that time. I'm sitting there texting him. Cause I don't go to church. I mean, I don't go to church. So I'm texting him, not knowing he was in church. So, but he was responding like sneakily, he was on the low texting me back. So when I sent him a picture of our daddy, this was later, they told me that when I sent the picture of daddy, he showed it when his wife was coming out of the choir stand. He held his phone up so she could see it as she was walking by, and she was like, yeah. So anyway, long story short, I ain't gonna tell all of it, because I mean it's a lot more to it than that. You guys will just end up having to buy my book when I write it. Yes, buy my book, and you could get the full story, unless I decide to post it. But we ended up meeting, long story short, we ended up meeting that same day, that Sunday, after church. We met up at a local restaurant, and yeah. And we've been tight like glue ever since. Yep, but when I'll put it in a book. If I decide not to put it in a book, I will tell the story. But if I get that book out, I will not do a story time, because you're going to have to go buy my book. You have to support me. I'm a new author coming to town. So buy my books. Oh, and then the last book, the third book will be about the last 5 years of my life, which will be very interesting. Very interesting. So now that I'm thinking about it, writing it sounds like a lot of work. I wonder if I can hire somebody. Like, I tell them the story, and then they construct the book for me. That sounds lazy, doesn't it? Yeah, okay, I don't care. You can call it what you want. I don't care. If I could hire somebody to do it, though, I would much rather do that. But actually, I take that back. I take it back, because there's still some healing that I need to work on, that I need to do. So I think writing that book will help me with healing the parts of me that aren't healed yet. So yeah, it might do me some good to write that book instead of hiring somebody to write it for me. So anyway, I done talked y'all. Oh, this is day 2. I done talked y'all head off. Yesterday we talked about the rent, how high the rent is here in North Carolina, and how low the cost, what is it? Minimum wage. Minimum wage hasn't went up in years. So we talked about that yesterday. And I went on a whole rant about that, even though I don't work. I don't work. I don't work. So, but the people that do work, like, there's people out here. I have family that work, and working for $7.25, which is minimum wage here, is ridiculous when rent prices is as high as it is. So that's why I don't do it just for me. I do it for y'all too. I do it for the people. Do it for the people. I might run for president one day. Yeah, that, I don't know. I don't know what the one we got. I could, yeah, heck yeah. I could run for president. If the president we got president, I can run for president too. Danny for president, y'all. Danny for president. Y'all go ahead and get started on them smear campaigns. Because I know they coming. And guess what? I ain't going to deny it. If it's true, I ain't going to deny it. I'm going to tell you the truth. But if I did it, I did it. If I didn't, I'm going to tell you I didn't do it, though. Because I don't take credit for something I didn't do. But if I did it, I'm going to tell you I did it. That's one thing about me. I'm honest. I'm going to be straight up. But anyway, I guess I'm going to go in here. I wish I had some ice cream. I might run to the grocery store. I might run to Dairy Queen. An ice cream cone sounds good. I might run up to Dairy Queen right quick and get an ice cream cone before I get relaxed. That doggone vehicle gonna be like, girl, I done seen enough of you for today. I done seen more of you today than I have all week. But anyway, I enjoyed talking to y'all for the second day in a row. I'll probably see y'all again tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Depending on how I feel. Because those that follow me know how I am. So I'm not going to make any promises. So if I see you, I see you. If I don't, I'll see you the next time I get on. All right, guys. Peace, love, and light. If you haven't done a good deed today, and it is here in North Carolina, it's 6:43. If you have not done a good deed today, go do something good for somebody. Somebody need it. I don't care if it's just a compliment. You got a pretty shirt or whatever. I don't care. Go do something nice. All right.